Hey everyone, Todd Heitkamp with Dakota Angler. We're sitting here in the warehouse. If you don't recognize the location, I'm here with an employee. We're starting a new segment and wanting to get you to know some of our employees and the different ways they fish. So, Jack, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Jack Linneman. I've been working here at the bait shop for a little over 7 years, and I've really enjoyed my time. I just want to share a little information for everyone of some of the stuff that I've been using in summertime months.
So, why do you like working at Dakota Angler for all these years?
Well, it's a great access to a ton of tackle. First of all, I'm not sure if it's been the most financially smart move, but nonetheless, it lets me explain all the fishing knowledge that I've maybe experienced on the lakes recently, and then get to know a bunch of great people.
So, are you saying that Dakota Angler doesn't pay you that much, or is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that it might be reinvested into a better, into something maybe used on the water instead of at the bank.
It's kind of like when we get our new shipments in. It's kind of like Christmas, isn't it?
Exactly. It's like, well, half my paycheck's going to this shipment instead of something else. So.
Well, we don't mind that either. So. But no, we're going to use this time to let you get to know Jack, but also talk about some of the different ways that he loves to fish. So, Jack, what's one of the first ways, this time of year, what's one of the most preferred ways that you like to fish?
I would say this time of year, one of my number one go-to baits is going to be the Rapala Jig and Wrap. Whether it be a size 7 or 9, I'll show you a couple of my favorite colors here. That's going to be the glow yellow perch. My favorite color of mine, that's going to be on some of the lakes where you have a ton of small perch this time of year. They just hatched this spring and they're maybe getting to around that 3-4 inch size. That number 9 is going to be a great option in some of your deeper lakes. If it's something maybe in the 10 to 15 foot range, I'll jump down to that 7. One of my other favorite new colors this year is going to be that Wonder Tiger. That's a great color if you get on some of those maybe a little bit cloudier days where you just want something that's going to show up a little bit better. It's going to be also a new color option that maybe hasn't been seen by as many fish. The last option, this is going to be your tried and true. If you fish Jig and Wraps at all, you've probably seen this one, but it's going to be your chrome blue. If you get a sunny day, there's probably not a better color that's going to work better than that one. You can also see that little special hook on there. That's going to be the VMC bladed hybrid. It's a great option if you just want something a little bit different, gives those fish a little bit different look and a little bit more flash. That's going to be your number size 6 hook on your number 9s. If you want to jump down to the size 7, you're going to be looking at a number 8 treble.
So you swap out the hooks?
Yes, exactly.
And the reason why you do that is why?
It's just something a little bit different. You can see that little, it's like a little willow leaf blade on there. It gives the fish a little bit different look. The bait's going to fall slightly differently, so you maybe get a slightly slower fall to that super darty and erratic fast fall of a Jig and Wrap. Just something a little bit different look on some of those tougher days, or maybe maybe the water's maybe it's super clear, the sun's out or whatever. It's just going to give a little more flash, get a couple more bites for you.
Well, it's important information that people just don't have to accept that bait in the package form. You can swap it out in different ways that you want to do it and modify it to the way you prefer to do it. So what type of equipment do you use when you're snap jigging out there, Jack? As far as length of rod, actions of rods, is there anything that you prefer when you're snap jigging? I
would say, you have a ton of different brands as far as that goes. Pick your favorite brand of rod. I guess to keep it basic, you want probably between a 6'10" and a 7-foot rod, or you can even jump down to like a 6'8" if you prefer, but something in that range. And then I'd like to go with either a medium or a medium heavy rod. If you're using some of those number 7s, you can get away with like maybe a 6'10" medium fast. With some of those 9s, like the one I have here, I like to go with a medium heavy. It's just it's a little bit easier on yourself as you're jigging throughout the day. You're not quite as sore. It's going to take a lot of that brunt on the rod opposed to you jigging yourself.
How about line? A lot of people have different line preferences. What's yours when you're snap jigging?
For line, I like to jump up opposed to maybe like a 10-pound braid like I'd run on most of my jigging rods. I like to bump up to either a 12 or like a 14-pound braid. On this one here, I have that Suffix Revolve. That's going to be a new line from Suffix this year. It's similar to your 832, but it's a little bit thinner diameter. It's going to have less wind knots, cast a little bit better for you. And I do prefer a high-vis line, like that lime green there. Just gives you a little bit better options when you want to maybe see that line jump or you want to see it go slack when that jig wrap hits the bottom.
Okay, and as far as the reels are concerned, it really doesn't make much difference on the reel, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's what your personal preference is, quite honestly, when
yeah.
you're snap jigging.
The only things that I would recommend for on the reel side of things, get a decent size reel. I would recommend a 2500 or even a 3000. Yeah, get a decent sized reel and then something that's going to pick up the line fairly quick, because when that bait hits the bottom, you don't want to have a ton of slack in your line. That way you can feel that bite or see that line jump. So higher gear ratio and then a decent sized reel, as you do want to pick up that line pretty quickly.
Well, and a couple of new things that are coming out next year in 2026, sorry, I almost said 2016, is the fact that we're going to have a new size 11 jig and wrap from Rapala. That's going to be out probably in the November timeframe, so we're hoping to have it in time for the Ice Institute to have it available there. And then also the 13 Fishing is going to have their own snap jigging type of rod that's going to be in that line.
It's going to be tailored towards exactly snap jigging, exactly what Todd said there, and it's going to be made by one of your NWT pros, Dewey Jelm. So if you want the advice from him that he's been using, he made it, he worked with it for the last couple of years. It's going to be a great rod on the market.
Now, this is the reason why we ask you to come shop at Dakota Angler, because we use the equipment and my help uses the equipment. So if you have any questions about snap jigging, stop on by the store and ask the questions that are on the top of your mind. And talk to myself, Josh, Jack, any of our employees. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. If you can't make it to the store, give us a call at 605-336-9132.